Of all the videos I've made in 2024, there's been one huge request. So today we answer that request because I have the Costco Kirkland signature driver. But this isn't just any Costco Kirkland signature driver, we've upgraded the shaft. A lot of people have been saying, James, the driver looks fantastic, the head looks just like a Titleist TSR2, but realistically, why haven't they put a fantastic shaft in there? We know the shaft was okay, but then a friend of mine, Gabe from Let's Play Through, go and check his channel out if you want to see it. Gabe's a fantastic golfer and a really nice guy actually as well. Said, James, you can put the Mizuno shafts in. It's the same adapter. So that's exactly what we've done in the car park today. I nearly lost the head actually, it nearly fell off. But we've managed to do it. We've managed to set it on 9.5 degrees. Realistically now, this head could perform as well as anything else because it has a premium shaft in there. So we're going to test it out on the golf course today and we're going to test it in the studio. Go on. Oh, it's a 278. It's a 2.8. Oh! So without any further ado, we're kicking things off on a hole I despise. I hate this tee shot with a passion, and already I feel like it's weighted better. I feel like I can potentially go after this a little bit more. The one thing that I really enjoyed about this club is if you can hit it there, just a little bit high toe, you actually get the same ball speed because it's fairly forgiving for the lack of technology that's in it, but you do lower the spin rate a bit so you can hit a nice bombing tee shot. Now, I haven't been swinging my best today, and I quite like that when testing clubs like this because this is, let's be fair, a budget golf club. Oh wow. Costco, why didn't you just put a shaft in it in the first place? That is bang centre. Did Bobby get the zoom on that? Because that was really, oh Bobby, what a, guys, can we get a like on this video? Because Bobby's coming on leaps and bounds. He's really enjoying it. He's loving his job, aren't you, mate? I'm loving it. You're loving it. Just like a McDonald's advert. So, first thing that I noticed there was, it actually feels different. And we are going to test this in the studio against the standard shaft and see if there is a huge difference. But we're also going to see, is it worth potentially buying the club then buying a shaft? Because the adapter was hard to get hold of, and I mean, hats off to Gabe for testing it with or trying to get different shaft hosels in there, but you can obviously tell that they were never going to make it with a TaylorMade or a Titleist or a Callaway adapter on there, were they? They've gone under the radar a bit with the Mizuno one. All of a sudden, I've hit that a little bit high out the face, but it's still not done too bad. That was a long way away from that sweet spot I was telling you about, but it's still done okay for distance. That was nearly a Dave Harrison, Bobby. We've done really well there not to mark that face up. But guys, would you like to see me test this against some other drivers this year with this shaft in? Because I'm a huge believer that the head's important, the makeup of the head's important. This Costco head has a carbon crown, it has a weighting at the back, it has a titanium face. Apart from that, there isn't much technology in there, but how much technology do you think you need to hit good tee shots? The shaft, the engine, the transmission, that's very important. We all know that's important. We all know that if you go and get fitted, you can kind of change flight windows around, you can move ball flights a little bit. But if you put a swing in it like I just did, it's not really going to help you. That one still went a fair distance, so quite happy with that. Let's try and play a little low bullet down this fairway because that's a ball flight I really enjoy playing, especially on a budget. There we go. There we go. And all of a sudden, this driver has come to life. All thanks to Gabe from Let's Play Through and my Mizuno driver I had in the garage. So I'm a huge fan of all of the Costco stuff, to be honest. I know that irons are a tough talking point at the moment because of obviously the whole TaylorMade thing and the lawsuit and things like that. But I really enjoyed the golf balls. The new ones potentially aren't as good as the old ones. So if you do see the old ones in stock, they're potentially better. Golf WRX said they actually do perform better than the 2024 ones. They're the same price, 3-piece urethane, and the gloves, they've updated the gloves and they're actually really, really nice. I think they kind of hold the shape a little bit more. This isn't a sponsored video from Costco, but I know a lot of you guys do enjoy these videos. I know a lot of you enjoy spending or saving money, should I say. So you can get your drive, you can get your gloves, you can get your balls, and you can get your baked beans, your ketchup, your toilet roll, and a gazebo. Who knew? So a good start for the Kirkland driver with the upcharge shaft there on a very difficult driving hole. This one isn't as difficult. I think any tee shot's difficult in the world of golf, but we can open the shoulders up now. And one of the big conversations I suppose we have to have is would it be worth the money to buy this driver and buy this shaft? Because the whole premise behind the Kirkland stuff is that it's cheap, that it's budget, but it also performs well. That's what Costco have really done. And to be honest, that's probably why they've ruffled the feathers of the likes of TaylorMade and Titleist with the balls. I think Titleist might have something to say about this moving forward as well, but we'll see. So if we open the shoulders here, can we get some proper distance out of this? And we'll discuss this in the studio in a moment, but oh wow. It's a totally different driver. And I've never really been, look at that, did we get that zoom, Bobby? That felt fantastic. It was actually a little bit heely, but that's one of the best ball flights I've hit probably this year. I've not been playing my best stuff, as I've said, but it feels totally different. I've never really been a shaftoid, but just putting this shaft in does feel, I'd love to test like a mega upcharge shaft, like one of the new KBSs I have in the Kirkland. A little low one there, that wasn't the best, bit toey. Still in play though, and still, what the feeling I'm getting from this is a different sensation to what I had when I first tested the Kirkland drive. When I first tested it, it left me feeling a little bit deflated, a little bit down, because I really wanted it to work. I really wanted it to be the club I thought it could be, because the balls were fantastic, the gloves are great, the irons are okay, for the price. Not bad. Now I've put this shaft in it, and I don't know if it makes the swing weight feel better, but it feels a more neutral golf club for me. So I certainly feel like I could game this. And that's an absolute beast. That felt like as good as any driver I've tested this year. And it doesn't leave us long into this par 4. Guys, let's jump in the studio. Let's see just how this driver does perform against a standard Kirkland shaft. And then let's jump back out here and have one more dance with this Kirkland driver. It's one last dance, isn't it? Okay, so just how does this Kirkland driver compare to the standard shaft with an upcharge shaft in there? You'll see the standard shaft is an even flow rip curl shaft, I believe. Rip Tide. What's rip curl? That's a that brand. That's that. Brand. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Right. Can we? That one. Can we get 300 yards with a Kirkland driver? We've been hitting quite a few drives today. This is like an indoor testing day for me. I tried to batch film them, and we're actually nice and warm, we're nice and loose. We've been hitting some bombs, haven't we, Bobby? Bobby's not. Bobby hit this one, but right. Straight away, it's come out nice and low. I anticipate that to be a good spin window, and it's carrying 270. It's rolling up to 290. That's the first shot. Nice spin, 1800, 161 ball. And you see the problem with this club for me was keeping the spin rate down whilst maintaining a stable ball speed. Straight away here, almost like how I felt out on the golf course with it, I feel like we might be onto something. Maybe it was just a shaft all along that was holding this driver back. That sounds different as well, doesn't it? Go on, what's this carrying here? 275 carry, 294. The longest we've hit all day was 304 at like a 280 carry, and that's with a 550 pound PXG driver. Gabe, I think you were onto something. I honestly do, because actually you get more adjustments with this sleeve as well. With the standard sleeve, you get literally this. You get 10.5 plus 1, 10.5 D, draw I suppose, and minus 1. On this, you get low, you get standard, you get higher, but there's actually a more intricate kind of matrix within there as well. So generally, I'm really impressed by this, and I didn't think, so many people said in comments in the Costco videos, first of all they said, oh, another Costco video, but generally a lot of people are enjoying them, so I'm going to carry on doing them. Secondly, I was getting, please put a better shaft in there and let's see how it goes. This, honestly, is blowing my mind. It really is, because with ball flights like that, even on a bad shot, what more do you want for your money? Yes, the shaft was quite expensive, but the head wasn't. So you put this together as a marriage, that one's going in the rough, that one was spinning a bit high, but that's me, that's not the club. We've had numerous of those shots today already with drivers that cost 3-4 times this price. Do you think it sounds different? Go on, 300. Go on. Oh, it's a 278. It's a 2.8. Oh! It's nearly a 300-yard drive with something that I picked up next to the ketchup. Right guys, let's talk numbers for this Costco Kirkland driver with the upcharge shaft and against the standard shaft, which we've already got the numbers for. I think you're going to be remarkably surprised. So today I've hit a load of shots with this Kirkland signature driver. I hit him with the standard riptide shaft and of course with the upgraded Mizuno shaft. The big thing for me was the difference in sound and feel. It sounded like a totally different driver, and as you can see I managed to get a little bit more ball speed, a little bit more controllable spin, and overall a lot more distance, well 8 yards total distance with this upgraded shaft. I think this is really interesting and I can't wait to see what Costco have coming out next. So I don't really know what's impressed me more here because we're pretty much off the back tee there. The course was playing quite wet. We're just moving into the season. That drive there, I mean, to be honest, both of those, we can see two of them rearing the heads out in the fairway, are fantastic tee shots. I want to see where the toey, not great strike went, because if this shaft does enhance the forgiveness a little bit of this club, which I don't know how it would, but it does feel stronger. It feels, like I said earlier, better swing weight. So realistically, could this be the answer for this Kirkland golf club? It's a real shame they don't offer fittings because, you know what, this one's not that far off the fairway either, is it? It's about 10 yards back, left-hand side of the fairway, not a long way in. I think that's a fantastic offering if you could, like I said, get fitted for it. If Kirkland are going to go down the route of offering drivers, wedges, irons, I think they actually sell home simulators now. So why not set one up and employ maybe a golf pro in each store to kind of fit you for them a little bit. I know the box set, so it will be very difficult to do, but I think they'd find so much more custom there personally. I think people would enjoy the products a lot more. Now, can we drive a par 4 with this club? What do you reckon, Bobby?
Sure.
Sure. Oh, well, very positive. Now, the thing with golf is generally you get one chance and one chance only. So, this is what we're going to do. Drivable par 4, we're actually into across the wind a little bit. 306 yards to the green from here, but it plays a tiny bit shorter just because we're kind of going to go over the corner. So, move this out of the way because it's very much in the way, isn't it? Annoys you, mate, doesn't it? Right. We're either going to need a great golf swing or forgiveness. So, a bit of both would be ideal. I tell you what. That had a lot of movement on it, but it had to do to get round the corner. If that's on the green, I'm going to go ahead and say if Costco put some better shafts in these, they would rival the bigger clubs for a lot cheaper. Let's go find out. Can we have a word for that drive? Now, I said if this was on the green, it would contend. That's flag high and pretty much perfect, to be honest. That's remarkable. Guys, get in the comments below, could you see yourself potentially grabbing hold of the Costco Kirkland signature driver, putting an upcharge shaft in there and hitting fairways and annoying all your friends when they've spent £600–700 on the latest and greatest?